And we're back ready to close the show out with our final segment of the day.
I'm really excited about this segment. This is something that I've been wanting to do since the moment I heard that Trevor actually got connected with the GoFubu. Well, they're actually the Allied Media. And well, tell us a little bit about Allied real quick. And
they are the big studio promotion company based in Denver.
Right.
So all the big movie studios work with them to do promotions for the movies in the Denver market. And so they allow us to do promo opportunities where our friends and fans can go to the website, worldviral.tv, click on the movie club on the top of the taskbar, and then go to advanced screenings. You can click down and see which ones you would like to attend, and then click on the link and download passes to join us for advanced screenings.
And advanced screening.
There's some advanced screenings of all the upcoming major studio flicks. We also will be doing just some press screenings. Where we'll go and screen it and then come back and review it.
And actually get Trevor has on occasion gotten the opportunity to talk to people that are actually in these movies or involved in these movies, which is really exciting. So we hope to be bringing a lot more of that to you guys over the course of the show as time goes on here. So, but for this week's Dinner and a Movie segment, we're actually decided that we were going to partner this with checking out local restaurants here in the Denver area and kind of giving them a once-over, going and checking out their food and their scene and seeing what they have, and maybe give a little love to the local restaurant scene as well. This is our Dinner and a Movie segment. Our very first restaurant that we checked out is actually a buddy of mine, Tommy Gahuli, with another one of his partners, opened up a second version of his original pizzeria, Oblio's Pizzeria, and it's now Oblio's Cap Hill Tavern, which is, it's actually a little more upscale. They're not focused just on pizza necessarily. They've got some great wings. And, well, Trent and I, my son here, who's joining us on the couch, I took him out for the movie and the dinner that evening. We went and saw The Fault in Our Stars, which we'll be reviewing shortly after this clip. Yeah, it was definitely high-class dining without the price. There was two of us. We went on a date, and we got a 3-course meal that included dessert and drinks for less than $30, which is really unheard of at even bad restaurants, never mind really great restaurants. So we checked out Oblio's Cap Hill Tavern on Capitol Hill, in between 12th and 13th on Logan, and we did a little review. Let's cue that thing up. This week's featured restaurant is Oblio's Cap Hill Tavern, right here in Capitol Hill. Getting a nice cool beer. We're going to have some wings here shortly. Just checking out the place. Go ahead and show the people the place. Great old school decor in this place. This place got some pretty steady business. We got a beautiful patio out there. Stuff. So we're going to enjoy some dinner, and then we'll head off to the movies.
The food here is really good, translator.
Yeah.
You should check out the food. Where is it located?
It's right between 12th and 13th off Logan. They basically converted an old house, and you'll be able to see this video more in slow-mo when we cue it up properly next time. That was my fault. I put this thing together a little quick. It's got great decor inside. It's got images of old Denver in it, historic images. There's an old bank vault, doubles as a host station up there. Candles everywhere. The booths are great. Everything's leather and vintage. Really classy place. So this is our first official restaurant review. And we forgot to take a picture of this beautiful plate of rotisserie. We forgot to take a picture of the food. Like idiots. We're down to the last two. Trent? What do you think of the wings?
Best wings I've ever had in a bar/restaurant.
That's a lot coming from this kid. 13 years old and he eats his share of wings and other good food.
Right to the bone.
Delicious. And now we're trying the Banker's Plate. This thing comes highly recommended. Comes with a personal pizza and a side salad of your choice, either regular or Caesar. But
if you have the wings beforehand, you only need to order the one banker's plate instead of two, and it makes for a great split between you and your dinner date. Alright. Trying the pizza. This is an 8-inch thin crust pizza. Yeah. This kid knows pizza too. So the banker's plate, not only does it come with salad and a pizza, but it also comes with a free PBR. Or a glass of wine. Let's drink, friends, let's drink. And finally, you can't have a great pizza dinner without Oblio's infamous root beer float. Look at this thing. There's so much foam coming off the side of this thing. It looks delicious. So that's dessert, and this is Oblio's. We had a fantastic time. Thank you to the staff for having us up and taking such great care of us. And Trent, you want anything to say? You got anything else to say?
This is the best thing ever.
Look at the camera when you say it.
This is the best thing ever.
This is a great restaurant. Come check out Oblio's here off 12th and Logan in Capitol Hill. Peace.
And that, check, was Oblio's Cap Hill Tavern. Just a brief glimpse. We'll be doing that every week. We'll be going to check out another restaurant in town next week. And before we go check out other movies for our Dinner in the Movie segment, and we will let you guys know that stuff online. You can follow us online in a variety of places. The one where we're probably seeing the most, talking to our audience, is going to be on our Facebook page. So you can go to www.facebook.com and look up the Unfiltered and Unaffected show, and you can find us there. We'll be giving all kinds of updates about stuff that we're doing and many other things that will be coming along the way over the course of us relaunching this new venture. But we did see a couple movies this week. Trent and I went and saw The Fault in Our Stars, which, as everybody knows, is a very popular book right now among the tweens and teens. And probably a lot of house moms, I would think. And then Trevor here saw Tom Cruise's new flick, The Edge of Tomorrow. Why don't we let's play a preview of The Edge of Tomorrow real quick, and we'll get Trevor's take on that.
Know that we
thing.
have one, and we have 3.5 minutes.
Oh, well.
So why don't we just go
That
ahead
includes all
and-
the time off that we had when we
Let me turn Roundtree down so we can hear Trevor.
Chris and I actually went and saw Edge of Tomorrow together in IMAX 3D at the United Artists Denver Stadium Theater, which is the Dave & Buster's. Everybody calls it Dave & Buster's. I-25 in Colorado. I am not a Tom Cruise fan in general as a person.
Right.
Like seeing him like do interviews, mostly I want to choke him. But he plays a very specific character very well, and the character he plays is that action hero. He did it again in Edge of Tomorrow. He put on the exact performance that you expect out of a Tom Cruise action flick. It was good. I liked the movie the whole way through. There were a couple times where I felt like it, because the premise behind it is it's like Groundhog's Day. He-
Groundhog's Day meets like
Terminator.
Bionic Man or something. Yeah.
He when he gets killed, it resets the day, and he tries to get farther into his mission. But when his mission starts to fail, he dies, and then it restarts, and he has to do the whole thing over again. And there were a couple times where it drugged just a little bit, because they did the Groundhog Day thing. Almost just a little bit too much.
You concur, Chris?
Not so much that it sucked.
I thought it was a pretty good action flick. If you're gonna go see it IMAX 3D, it's a good date. Like
Yeah.
edge of your chair. Yeah, there's a couple times where I actually flinched because there's something coming out of the
The
foreground.
3D.
The IMAX 3D was
Trevor likes
amazing.
Jimmy Fallon, but not Tom Cruise personally. He'll blow Jimmy Fallon.
Right.
Tom Cruise he wants to
Choke.
strangle.
Right.
Choke.
But he did a good job.
The only warning I can give on this movie, if you are like me and Cloverfield made you slightly carsick, Edge of Tomorrow will also make you slightly carsick, in that the IMAX 3D, there's a lot of 3D action that's going on, but in multiple directions, and it's not like single cam, but it's some of that feel because there's so much 3D going on. There were a couple times where I had to take the glasses off and just kind of, because I was getting that little bit of motion sickness.
Right.
But if those don't bother you, this is an awesome movie to see. If you're going to see it in the IMAX 3D.
It was dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Do it
Plus,
with
we
the 3D.
ran into McGrew.
Yeah, Steve McGrew was there. We hung out with him for a
Oh,
bit
nice.
after the show and chatted.
Cool
He's
dude.
going to come down and hang out in studios soon.
Very cool.
We also met a gentleman named Kevin Jordan, who has a website called Number 9 Movie Reviews. He had a blog that was good, that he's been doing movie reviews on for a long time. He writes very, very, very detailed movie reviews,
Nice.
like really in-depth character breakdown, plot breakdown, everything. And we met him. I talked to him afterwards, and he actually is now a contributing writer to worldviral.tv.
Yeah.
huge.
Look at that.
Very cool.
He his first review is up right now. If you click on worldviral.tv, go to the movie clubs tab, and then look at movie reviews. His posted this morning at 6 a.m.
Beautiful.
So cool.
Welcome to the team, Kevin.
Yep, Kevin Jordan.
Awesome.
Welcome. Well, it sounds like Edge of Tomorrow may be worth seeing, at least taking the kids to see.
go
They're
see
into
it.
the action flicks. We do our share of, well, probably too many action flicks, huh? That's why. But my son Trent is not big on the action flicks so much as he's big on stories with substance, which brings us to The Fault in Our Stars. Trent has actually spent the last week, I think in a matter of 4 days, he read the book twice. And then we got to see the movie, and I would love to hear your opinion on what you thought. What's your first reaction comparing it to from the book to the movie? Did the movie do the book justice?
It definitely did it. It actually followed the guidelines of the book perfectly, to the point I even cried more in the movie because it actually felt real, like it was actually there, like it was
Yeah.
Augustus. Like, oh my God, that's Augustus and that's Hazel. It was amazing how they played it out, and I honestly think everyone should see this if they're not into like chick flicks or any of that. But it's not really a chick flick. It's just it's a subject that you need to know.
The premise of the movie is such that there's a teenage girl that has cancer. She has leukemia, I believe.
No, not
And
leukemia. It was thyroid cancer.
Okay.
Then it came
That's
up
right.
to her lungs.
So she's got cancer. She has two supporting, very supportive parents through the whole thing, and they try and she goes to like a cancer support group and ends up
'Cause
meeting.
they think she's depressed.
Yeah, they think that she's sad, and there's a lot of funny moments. The girl that plays in Divergent, what's that young lady's name?
Oh,
I'm trying to
God.
remember what her name is.
She is
I'm
a
sure
great
it's on
actress,
the
but
review.
I can never. It's
But-
Woodley. Woodley is her last name.
So she plays the lead character, and then you've got she goes to this support group, this cancer support group with other teenage kids and stuff that have cancer, and ends up meeting this young man who lost his leg to cancer, and unbeknownst to her, has that cancer actually going through his entire body and is killing him as they start dating and they start hanging out. And it's a really emotional movie, man, and they get to it fairly quick. I would say as a man who likes to go to all the action flicks, I would have much preferred to probably go see Edge of Tomorrow, frankly. But once I got in there and I really realized, at least most of the place had to have already read the book. You could tell that there were a lot of people already familiar with it. So if you're into books that, movies that do good justice to books, I believe this is one of them. There was, the audience was crying through most of the movie,
Yeah.
pretty much. There was a couple moments where I might have teared up a little bit, but it's a powerful story, and it's about two teenagers in love, and they're both battling cancer and dealing with cancer at
Well,
the same
there
time.
is some
so-
parts that I wish were in the movie, but at the same time, there are detours in movies where they can't put that in. They have to cut the scene.
Right.
So I give it a 4.5 out of 5. I mean,
Nice.
It's a
So
very
you would
good book.
recommend it. So
I would
Trent would
recommend it
definitely
to everyone.
recommend Fault in Our Stars, and that means a lot coming from the teenagers because that was pretty much all the place was filled with. So we would definitely recommend it. It's a good go see. It might be a good family film as well. it had good characters in it. It was a well-written story, go read the book too, from what I understand. But Trent, thank you so much for being my date that evening, and
You're
we're
welcome.
very lucky. Thanks for being on the show tonight and
Thank you for having me.
today, this morning. It's not tonight yet, is it?
No.
It's not even close to tonight.
No.
All right. This has been a lot of fun, man. We made
I
it
am
through the
heading
first
to SIE Film
SIE!
right now to go see Begin Again, which I'll be reviewing next week on the show.
Beautiful. We'll also be talking a little bit about. We're going to try and get a sneak preview. We're going to try and sneak into Comic-Con next weekend and
Don't tell 'em.
see if we can get a little preview of that beforehand to kind of give you guys some ideas about what's going on. Hey, if you're out and about this weekend, we have one other segment that I've been wanting to do on the show. I call it. What do I call it?
I don't know.
I had some official name for it at one point. Oh, You and You Unsung. I always felt like we needed a hero of the week. Who's somebody that's really standing out to us this week?
That's me.
That's either putting up the good fight for the right reasons, and being as we're in the basement of Herman's Hideaway, and Trevor's wife plays with a band called The Hits here in town, which I'm sure many of you have heard of. The Hits and Lola Black are doing a benefit performance with a variety of other bands tomorrow night, Saturday night, for a young lady, and my personal unsung hero of the week, even though I've not had the opportunity to meet her, she is putting up one hell of a fight against cancer herself right now. So Lisa Sanchez, if you're out here at Herman's, either come tonight for check out 513 and all the guys we had on today, but definitely come out tomorrow night, check out The Hits, Lola Black. We're raising some money to help Lisa continue to put up the good fight here at Herman's Hideaway, and got a lot of support for it. So come out and check that show out. And you got anything else you want to talk to the people about, man?
Suck it.
Suck it! Hey, you guys were fantastic. Chris, thank you so much for producing today. You did a fantastic job. Thank you to Chloe Mitchell, who is still here, suffering through this with us. This has been Unfiltered and Unaffected on worldviral.tv. You guys have been fantastic. Please come back and see us next Friday and every Friday from 9 to 11 a.m. And we will have more great interviews, great guests, and all kinds of other chaos from that point forward.
You can pick your friends, and you can pick your nose.
You can't pick your friend's nose.
I mean, unless you're really good friends.
Unless you're a wrestler like old boy here.
Let's get out of here.
Oh, so horny.